Hello everyone, welcome to SC2 Noob School! Of course, I am Trebus, and today I'm here with a little Terran tip for you guys. And I'm just going to kind of discuss basically the efficient way to do this slow siege tank push that I'm sure everyone is already aware of. And you know what the push basically looks like. You've got probably some Marines and some siege tanks, and you just kind of do this little bunny hopping thing where you bring the siege tanks in the back, you unsiege them, bring them to the front, and do this little bunny hop. So you've always got some of your tanks sieged while the rest are moving forward so that you can actually encroach on like a Zerg or something. And then usually you have your Marines up front. So I'm just going to show you real quick the easier way to do this. Let me first show you kind of the wrong way. Here's the wrong way to do this. You got your Marines up front, you're encroaching on a Zerg, and you just take all your tanks, you unsiege them, you move them up, you're sitting here right-clicking, moving, and then you siege them up all at once. If a Zerg actually sends in a ton of Zerglings at that moment, they will just crush your army entirely. Siege tanks unsieged are really bad against Zerglings. So you have to keep at least a couple of them sieged all the time. And the other thing that's nice to do is to keep them a little bit separated so they're not all in one little group. So if a army is going to try to engage you, it takes more time for the army to actually get to the back of your siege line, and while they're still attacking the front ones, your back siege tanks will still be destroying stuff. So another example real quick of the wrong way to do this is just taking one siege tank. Of course, we're using our hotkeys D and E to unsiege. Take the one siege tank, then right click him, spam a bunch, and then hit E once he gets to where you want him to be. This type of push just takes forever because you're sitting here only using one of these siege tanks for a really long time, and you're not able to do anything else with the rest of your army. So the easy way to do this is to shift Q the commands. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hold shift, I'm going to hit D to unsiege, I'm going to right click where I want the siege tank to go, and then hit E so that he'll automatically unsiege, move to that spot, and then re-siege. So here's the action right here. I'm holding shift, I hit D, right click, and then hit E. Whole time I'm holding shift. And what you'll find out is that you can actually do this with quite a few tanks, just one after the other, and get this really nice spread going, where you can just move your tanks around in whatever direction you want. Just picking a couple at a time and make this real quick motion. Look, faster speed, it'll go something like this. Then you can get back to using your Marines. You can choose to move one siege tank at a time. Oh, that one kind of failed. The one thing you have to be aware of once you go and practice this is you can't immediately move them after, while they're still doing the unsiege animation. You have to wait like a split second for it to happen. But yeah, that's basically it. Just get used to that shift queuing action. Hit D, hold shift, right click somewhere, and then you can go get back to moving your Marines around, keeping the Zerg player uncomfortable up at the front here, then go move back forward, move a couple siege tanks around, get back to moving your Marines. It's just a more efficient method. Your siege tanks are basically operating by themselves while you control the rest of your siege tanks. And that's pretty much it. The only other thing I was going to show is just if you've got an entire army of siege tanks just moving across the map and you want to set them up in a nice position, you can do the same thing. Just grab each one individually and just shift Q up a command, and they'll split themselves nicely for you. Anyway, that's basically it. I just wanted to show that for people that were not aware of that little technique that can make your siege tank pushes just go a lot more smoothly and a lot faster, quite frankly. So get inside a unit tester. This map is called Unit Test Map, I think. And just practice that for a second. Get that little action under your fingers, and that will improve your siege tank usage drastically. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace out. See you later. GG.